way to go. It's way up.
All right, I think we live. First and foremost, I want to send my prayers, my condolences, my love to the Carter family, to anybody associated with the family, to any friends, any close associates, anybody affected, because I know the community affected right now. For starters, I did speak with certain members of his family. I reached out to the mother and everything, and I was gonna have some of them join and talk, but per their lawyer, it's in the best interest of the family that they don't talk about anything right now, because I'm sure they know more than what we know about the situation. So they, in the heat of the moment, getting passionate, being on podcasts and stuff like that, is probably not in the best interest. But they say they are willing to speak out in the future at some point. But right now, we just want to get the message across. 25-year-old Rasheem Carter, young black male, young black father, going to work, doing something legal. He wasn't going to rob nobody. He wasn't going to hurt nobody. He was going to work. And it's just sad when you can't really go to work in peace. It's sad when you can't feel safe wherever you live, and you paying taxes to the government, and the government taking your taxes and allocating it to the police, and the police in this situation, it's just a blatant disregard for like somebody crying out for help. What I don't understand is how you can go to the police and say, I'm in fear of my life and I need help, and they just like, yo, we really can't do nothing. What are we paying you taxes for? And not only once, he reached out to the police twice. It's really bad when you gotta call your mama and say, Mom, like such and such following me. If this happened, such and such did it to me. You never had more evidence to go off of. And then like it's even crazier that all of this happened in like October. I think he was last seen October the 2nd, and it was in Laurel. That's when the last time he was seen, but it really wasn't, because like recent, well, I ain't gonna say it's recent, but it's recent to us. The photo of him on the deer camera in somebody's yard, and his shirt is off, and he's running, and you can see that obviously he's been beat up or something has happened, because you can see all of these marks on his body. But not only that, they find his body. They reach out to the mother, and then they say that your son is, you know, we found remains, and we think it's your son. They never told her in what conditions they found it. So then just think about it. You find his remains, and his head's decapitated. It's separated from his spinal cord where they found somewhere else. And then the police got the nerve to say that, what did they say? Oh, it was no evidence of foul play. Not to mention, I think he went to a Family Dollar or a Dollar Tree. I think it was a Family Dollar. And when he was being followed by these guys, he said some white guys in the truck. He said he was getting into it with people at work. See, what I want, because I want the world to watch this. What I want the world to understand is that's Mississippi for you. Like, things have changed, but it hadn't changed as the in the aspect of hate and systemic racism. That's the level we dealing with these things. I don't we different dealing with it from that aspect. Just think about this. I'm from Natchez, Mississippi. We still got a restaurant that's made in the silhouette of a slave. It's called Mammy's Cupboard. It's a real thing. And they got souvenirs of the little slaves you could buy. and that's still standing up in my city right now. They just made Mississippi change the flag to not have the Confederate X in the thing recently. They recently just started taking down these statues of these slave owners and people in the Confederate. Like, first of all, I never knew people to celebrate being losers so much. And second of all, you think they got statues of Hitler up in Germany? You think they got Hitler on their money? We got slave owners and people who hated us on our money. We see that every day. We got to work so hard to get this person who hated us and spend it for all the police who couldn't help this dude in the need of time. Then he's like, oh, yo, can I just wait here till I get my ride? No. How you can't? Y'all supposed to serve and protect. It's crazy because he's like, well, can I get a ride? Well, we can't go out of our jurisdiction. Well, just take them to the next jurisdiction, and then they could take him to the next one. You saying like it's crazy because if you take everything else out of it, just say it was anybody after him. If you take all of them other elements out of it, how the hell do you go to the police and you can't get help from the police? What? It just doesn't make sense to me. And the fact that it was just treated so nonchalantly, like I say, he reached out to his mom. He's like, I'm going through this at work. They don't like me. I'm too smart for them. And I know it's a lot of young black men out there that can relate to that. You at your job, you one of the best. You better than that. They don't in Mississippi. Like, I can't say that it don't go on in other southern states, but I'm from Mississippi, so I can speak about Mississippi and a little bit of Alabama. It get crazy in Alabama too. But you could work your way to the top, but they don't want to see you at the top. That's why I had to relocate where it don't matter, like where it's not that preconceived notion that that's negative or I never want that guy to be the face of anything. And when you get into with these people at work, people think because the times changed that the hate changed. The hate never changed. See, a racist person don't have to tell a kid be racist. They kid just see how they treat black people or other minority people. They kids pick up onto it. It's not like they gotta say we hate black people. But they will tell their kids, you better not bring no black man home. You better not do this or this and that. And black people, we the most inviting, the most friendly. We let people take and steal a culture, but we can't get lost in the sauce. We can't get lost in the sauce right now. But that the fact of the matter is that this dude reached out to the police and he needed help and nobody helped him. He couldn't even go to the Family Dollar in peace. There's people calling in the Family Dollar, like, yeah, he in here. Like, how do you have all this information and then it's like we don't know nothing? That's that's the systemic racism, and people will be like, oh, well, it's black people on the police force. The police ain't just biased against black people. It's the system is just not built for us to win. The system just not built that way. If you pull up, if you pull up a group of black kids and they ain't smoke nothing at all the police gotta say is, yo, it smell like smoke. And they can get the okay to search the car. But just think about it like that don't happen in certain areas in certain neighborhoods because they don't have these preconceived notions. They putting police in neighborhoods that they never live, they never come up from, they don't know the people. Like, you got to put our people around our people. Like, one thing I can say about Natchez, bro, like my generation of police from my cause I don't want to say like 20% of my class probably like the police that I graduated with, but they cool. As far as I know, they don't like over abuse their authority. Like, you can feel comfortable around them, but I'm not saying that they gonna let you get away with crimes and stuff like that, but it's pretty solid. It's different. You gotta have people from the community, police in the community, so it'll be a level of comfortability with the police. But it's crazy when you go to the police and you can't get help. So I ain't gonna keep people too long. Like I said, the family wanted to come on, but it was in the best interest of the family to not speak per the lawyer, you know. Um, but I want people to have dialogue. I want people to share this. I want people to think about what I said, and don't forget it, and keep hashtagging his name. You know what I'm saying? Rasheem Carter. Rasheem Rael Carter. I think it's Rael is his middle name. And I'm praying for the family. I'm praying for anybody affected. And we got to do something about it instead of just talking about it. I do want to have dialogue. I do want people to put their input, share, all of that. But I just really want people to really talk about it and really put it in their face because it's on a national level now, and we just need to get the word out there. And also, we need to hold these people accountable who, hide behind that wall of silence. It's not everybody, but in any aspect of life in any organization, it's gonna be some level of corruption to a degree. So we just gotta hold those accountable for what they do. But like I say, praying for the family. Y'all be blessed. You know, hopefully we serving up justice.